Welcome back, it's Lost, and today I'll be reviewing Civilization 6. I'm going to be resuming the game I already have, and that's going to happen. So, this is a strategy game. I don't like it, and there's a reason. It feels too long. As I'm playing it, you will notice my turns are slowly getting more and more complicated. That's not because I'm thinking more. That's because each city needs to be manually utilized to very specific extents. And the specificity of where I'm trying to build everything will feel longer and longer and longer. It's every strategy game suffers from time. How much time does each turn take over a certain amount of time? So, why would I even play this game if everything feels like it's taking 12 years to complete anything that I need? This game feels so long because of one issue. It doesn't know how to pace itself at times. Whenever it's pacing itself, it paces itself in the worst way possible. This game has made improvements from 5. I've played 5 extensively. I prefer 5, but it has made improvements like this system where I can choose where I can see where I have chosen my people to move. It really works well. I can see even after I clicked off so that I can remember I'm moving this guy over here. It helps whenever I'm trying to build new cities. This is a very big improvement. But it makes a lot of reverse improvements and makes the game worse. This game suffers from the idea of why would I play this way? It's just going to feel longer than it should be. This game feels so much longer than you actually realize whenever you first play it. I.e., the builder system makes the game feel longer for building stuff. It doesn't work that well with the campus idea because why would I do anything other than this? I don't want to build more workers because I just want to build more cities and campuses because I can repair them. Why would I do anything else? But we don't ever see a reason to do anything really. This is the big problem with this game. I don't want to do anything. Like building workers feels like a bigger waste of time than you think. It I don't feel like I need to build workers because the workers are essentially doing nothing half the time. Whenever they build something, barbarians just come in and destroy it. This is why the original workers from 5 really benefited more because I didn't feel like I constantly needed to build new ones to repair what barbarians had pillaged. Same thing with a nuclear weapon. If a nuclear weapon comes out and destroys all your property, which I haven't actually ever gotten that far in this game because it just feels too long to play, why would I do anything other than what I'm already doing? The answer is I don't know. I mean, building more workers would certainly repair the stuff, but why would I want to? It would take more time, take more resources, and I could just build an army faster with more and more cities. So building more and more cities with more and more districts feels like a better choice than using my workers to improve the lands. The workers feel useless. So why would I choose anything other than, well, anything? This is the big problem with 6. I don't need to build workers because the workers aren't going to be benefiting me in any really big way. They're going to allow me to gather iron, yes, but why would I need to do that? I don't feel like I need to. Doing anything just kind of feels like a waste of my time. And lo and behold, I don't do much with my workers other than improve 3 land masses and then forget to build another 20 of them to improve everything else I have. This city right here is never going to get improved because I'm never going to build a worker that I feel like I need to build. That's the big problem with this. I don't need to improve this. And whenever I don't need to improve it, I don't repair things. Because the city needed the system of I can repair this manually from the city. So why am I not repairing it manually from the city? Because I have no good reason to build a worker because it will be destroyed and everything will be undone. Like defend your lands better. Yeah, I get that. But why would I do anything that I could just do in a different turn but better. This game feels like I shouldn't do anything with my workers, like it's trying to make you not use them. And that's completely false to how you should be playing. Second thing is, I'm building so many cities that are small, close together. And in 5, I would tell you you're wrong for doing that. In 6, oh no, go build those cities. They'll be fine. Because I have no good reason to do anything other than build a city near another city. Why would I do anything else other than build another city? Well, I don't know. Because districts are just that good. Districts are a really good idea, but they make it so I feel less like I'm going to do much, more like I'm just trying to build something. Like I'm just building, districts to kind of just build districts of, oh, it's a science district? That'll get me a lot of science. I'll build another city nearby, build another science district, and continue on. Why would I do anything other than with my districts? The answer is I don't know. The problem with this game is its ideas clash so much with its original roots. Civilization suffers from the idea of why would I do half of the things they're giving me the option to do? And the answer is you shouldn't. The game actively feels like it's discouraging me to try new things. This is the big problem with this game. I feel oftentimes like I'm not doing much. On easy mode, everyone seems to love you for no apparent reason. On more difficult modes, everyone seems to hate you for no apparent reason. It doesn't make the AI smarter or do that. It gives, on hard difficulties, it gives the AI an advantage. The problem is, what do the AIs do with that advantage? Nothing. They do nothing with it. So why would I do anything other than what I'm just currently doing? Build more settlers, build more cities, build more, and do nothing else. If you took out the barbarians in the game, it would only make the game easier because you take out a nuisance you're constantly facing. I'd feel less like you're trying to get something done and more like I'm just kind of pulling you along until you're essentially done. And I don't feel any necessity to do anything. And this is the big problem with this game. I don't know what I should be doing because I shouldn't be doing anything. I'm punished for trying new things, for trying to build infinitely new things. And the game forgets that I'm punished for trying newer and better things. And why would I try anything else whenever every other system overrides itself to make it better in another sense? Building things with workers are essentially useless. Why would I do that? I just build more and more cities to get more and more districts. So I'll spam settlers. That's how I'm working the game in the background. I'm spamming settlers because the settlers are the best thing to spam, not because it's a good idea, because it's just infinitely better. Well, this is the big problem with this game. It's infinitely better in almost every aspect but one. Why would I do anything other than a very specific idea? The answer is I legit can't tell you. I can't tell you why you'd build workers. I can't tell you why you'd not build 1,000 cities, why you try to build big cities. I can't tell you. But the problem with building lots of cities is it makes the game longer. And this creates a new problem of every game is going to feel infinitely longer than the last one, whenever in reality that couldn't be further from the truth. Every game feels so much longer because it doesn't work whenever I'm doing anything. Whenever I build a new city, I immediately start off with a district or a granary, then I immediately start building more and more cities. I expand so rapidly in this game, but I can't tell you why. Because while yes, influence is a big thing, the other Civilization 5 had a system to prevent you from doing this. And that's a really good system. The system was happiness. You can't spam cities whenever your cities are unhappy. They were always unhappy if you built too many cities too quickly because you didn't have enough things in the cities to keep people happy. And that was a really good system to prevent city spamming. But we didn't prevent city spamming in this game. If you look at what I'm doing in the background, I can legitimately say city spamming is the big problem of this game. There's no reason to not do it because it's the best way to get lots of science and to get lots and lots of science experience, war, buildings, everything. You can produce things a lot faster. Civilization 5 suffered a tad from this, but it had systems to prevent city spamming. It had a lot of systems to do that. And that was a really good idea because whenever you can city spam, you run into this issue of why would I not city spam? Because it's infinitely better in this game. This game doesn't have systems for how building bigger cities can be better in different aspects. Bigger cities have more production in the other game. With districts, you kind of lose that idea, and just more cities equals better stuff. Campuses and districts really destroy the idea of building up cities because I can't legitimately find a reason to build anything other than districts. This is a problem in any game. Now, Civilization 5 also suffers from the problem of any strategy game of how long is this game going to take? And the answer is always yes. I don't understand why I wouldn't build something's. I don't understand why the game should take this long. And then I realize why. Because of how everything works, you don't have an automated thing like, oh, this is a commercial hub. I can build this district, but you can't automate gold per turn, like in 5. Because if you just didn't want to improve your cities and you wanted not to build with the building part about halfway through the game, you could turn everything. And halfway through the game, I mean like you're almost at the end, because Civilization 5 suffers from the idea of the end of technology is very rarely the end of the game if you're going for a domination victory. Building things could just essentially be I'm turning everything to gold per turn because I don't need anything else. This is a problem whenever I'm playing the game. I feel like I'm constantly on the same weird side as everything else. I constantly feel like I'm doing more and more things and it's just doing nothing, more and more nothing. If you're looking in the background, you can see that there's a ton of ships. I have no need to attack them. They're not attacking my cities. They're not attacking my archers. Oh, I don't want to do anything with my navy. I don't need to do anything. As long as I have a big enough city base, I can take over a continent. As you see, I currently have 2 settlers producing. I don't have the army to protect my cities. And why am I expanding? Because there's no other reason to not expand. I can't find a reason not to expand, but I can't find a reason to expand because expanding makes the game longer, but staying as one city makes the game impossible. The districts do not help this, by the way. They only serve to make the game longer. And by the way, longer strategy games only make everything feel infinitely worse. Because as I'm playing it, if the game is longer, it doesn't mean it's more fun. It just means it's longer, and I can't tell you why. You'd want a game to be longer because that would only serve to ruin your experience. Because about halfway through the game, you go, I'll just start another beginning game. I'm not finishing any games. If you've looked at any of my YouTube things, it's 3 different play sessions because I can't find a reason to do practically anything. I don't need a reason to do anything. I don't. Because everything feels longer, everything feels not harder, but just more and more ridiculous. Why would I do anything I already couldn't do? Next of all, in Civilization 5, whenever you went on easier to more difficult difficulties, they adjusted the bonuses you got to make the easier difficulties legitimately feel really easy and the hard difficulties legitimately feel really hard. That's the best way they could have done it. This game, easier just means everyone likes you, and harder means everyone hates you. What's the difference? Not much. Harder just gives everyone a big bonus. But the problem is they're also idiotic. I could legitimately not tell you one reason why you'd want to play with them. It's so ridiculous in the idea of it's not very hard because the AIs are too stupid to be hard. The big part of any strategy game like chess is what makes it difficult is its difficulty. If the AIs are all stupid, the difficulty isn't hard because I can't see a reason to make it more difficult. Honestly, I feel like this game suffers from that of I can't see what makes this game difficult without saying nothing is going to feel difficult. This game is never going to feel difficult. And to be honest, that's very true. This game just doesn't feel difficult. Why would I play anything that isn't difficult on a harder difficulty? It just makes everything slightly more unfair to you. It's like if you've ever played Destiny 2 Champions. Champions are an artificial difficulty created to make it seem more difficult, but in reality, they're actually not that difficult. They're just restricting your loadout. They make everything else more difficult. Now, they do have a certain aspect of difficulty, but I honestly couldn't tell you exactly why they feel more difficult than they already are. This game suffers the same thing with AI. It's just they get a better bonus. It doesn't make the game more difficult because the AI isn't smarter. Because of how stupid they are, I honestly can't tell you any reason I would tell you anything. I, ugh, yes, yes, I don't care. Okay, so anything in this game just always feels like a disappointment. I have so many weird, kooky civilizations, I guess you could say, but everything always feels off whenever I'm building a civilization because I'm not actually doing much. If you've noticed what I'm doing with everything else, it doesn't feel like I'm doing much. I'm just kind of waiting until something happens. And nothing happens in this game. I've always felt like this game suffers from the idea of I can do all these cool things with my game, and my response is always, why would I want to play this game now? And the answer is, I don't know. Why would you even want to play this game? I don't know why you'd want to play this. I don't. And that's a bad thing. I feel like I shouldn't be playing this because I just don't need to. Army is always a just stupid idea. This game has made improvements, and yes, but I always feel like whenever I'm playing this game, why should I be playing this game? 5 is infinitely better. And I just honestly can't tell you why I would do anything else. Five is, if I would say, oh, why should you buy this game? I say, you shouldn't. You should buy five. Five has a bit of downgrades to this game and everything, but I like it so much better because it feels better. I don't understand why I would tell anybody, oh yeah, you should totally go and build this. I wouldn't say anything like that. I really can't tell you why I would tell you you should play this game over 5. Because 5 is a much shorter game than this ever could be, and it feels better to play it because of automation. I can make the game play a lot of itself in a lot of times. Exploration automation is something that is essential to this game because if I can't automate my exploring, I can't tell you why I would do anything else. Automating the exploring would make this game a lot better, and it does have that. But automating building is another thing, like putting things in queues, because about halfway through and about whenever I hit about the modern infantry, not modern infantry, uh, I don't know, the soldiers that, not the great war soldiers, but the first real soldiers you find, I start going on to autopilot on what to build. I don't start thinking about them, and that's because I don't have a reason to start thinking about them. And that's where I'm starting to go with this. I kind of put troops on the board to put troops on the board in this game. Everything can be automated. Everything in Civilization 5 eventually gets automated. Building very quickly gets automated. Of builders will build automatic improvements, and that's a very good improvement because that means I don't have to automatically send every builder on every board to every place because that would get tiring. You automated paths for where you can send something there. Every Civilization game has that. The problem with this is this doesn't have automated building, neither does it feel like it has anything else that automates the beginning stuff from the later stuff, like automated builders. You can't have if this game had a system where builders at the beginning were only could build 3 things, but as it went along, your builders and builders got more and more actions, and about I don't know about it this about whenever you got coal, you could just automate them. This would make this game a lot better in the later game because you don't have to worry about workers. You could just build a bunch of them and then just send them off to do their thing. It'd be more beneficial in the beginning to build stuff faster, but I don't build things faster, so I can't build things in the beginning, making everything a lot weirder. But I can not honestly tell you why throughout the entire game I would build any more builders. Civilization 5, I can legitimately tell you a lot of reasons to build builders. And that's a debuff. Whenever you're playing a strategy game, the most strategic thing you can do should be the best thing you can do. As in strategy game, the biggest debuff of any game is whenever the game just kind of doesn't do anything. And I mean that. Whenever a game just kind of doesn't do anything, why would I do anything else? Like, then the most simplistic strategy is the best strategy, and there's only one really good strategy, why would I do anything else? For the challenge? Well, it's a strategy game. Civilization 5, with its leaders, certainly had better challenges, but with this new civilization, I honestly can't tell you of one that would say, if you don't build more cities, this gives this buff. I'd say, why would I even pick that leader? That leader would obviously be at the bottom because he has a debuff against city spamming. And that's the best strategy. Pick a civilization that is for city spamming, and then I can honestly tell you that that guy would probably be one of the best. And second thing, unlike Civilization 5, this game's wonders feel like I really shouldn't be doing anything. Why would I choose any wonder that just doesn't work? I can't tell you why you should build a wonder. I honestly can't tell you. Why should I build a wonder? You shouldn't. You just shouldn't. There is no reason for you to build a wonder. No reason at all. And that's a problem. Like, yeah, they give you buffs, but again, city spamming is just better. Wonders in Civilization 5 because that is the first game and it is a lot better than this game. It's so much better. Now, you do have a lot of unique modes. I congratulate any game for trying something new, and this game I will congratulate for that. But the problem is they didn't stop to think if they should. They did it. Congratulations, you did something new. I always celebrate unique games, but I never celebrate a game I don't feel like I should play over its predecessor, aka Call of Duty. If the prior Call of Duty is just better, why would you make a new Call of Duty? For money. That's the idea. It's not really doing anything. If I could tell you any real specific thing that's being done, I could not tell you one reason why you should, under any circumstance, play anything other than 5 than this game. It has unique ideas, unique construction, but nothing really feels like I could tell you definitely this is better in this game. It has made improvements, but has made the game feel so much longer that I cannot tell you why I would play this game. And that's a bad thing. I can't tell you. The most threatening AI in the game is the barbarians because of how much damage they can do and how quickly they develop, not the other civilizations. They're the most threatening thing in the game, not anything else. I can't tell you why you do anything other than anything, really. Building a commercial hub, building districts is the entirety of this game for me. If you ever look in the background of whenever I'm playing, anytime I'm city spamming, the first thing I put down is a district. The second thing I put down is a settler. The third thing I put down is another settler. My cities are getting so expansive to the point where you would wonder how much I plan on building cities, and the answer is yes. I have no reason to build anything else. Why would I build workers whenever barbarians will just destroy whatever I got and city spamming is just flat out better? Just kind of build a unit and slowly build them, bring them through every part of the game. Why would I build anything other than that? And the answer is I don't know. Civilization 5 had tons of strategy you could put against each other. Like Gandhi's smaller civilization would lead to more happiness. Happiness was the best part of that game with city revolutions if it got too low and creating its own barbarians. You had to keep a happier city. In this game, I don't feel like I'm getting punished for not paying attention to my cities and city spamming. I can't tell you why I would not choose something like this. And that's the big problem with this game. Why would I choose something other than this whenever this is just better? I don't know. I don't know. This is the problem of this game. I don't know. I'm city spamming to just city spam. I don't care. And this is the problem of this game. I can't tell you why you would do anything else. I don't know. This game, why would I play anything other than 5? The advisors are more annoying than anything in this game. I In the other game, I really felt like I could play how exactly I wanted. Building more cities could be a benefit or a danger. In this game, not building a city is a danger. So, again, why would I do anything other than that? If the game punishes you for trying something new. This is the worst civilization I could possibly play. And I don't know why I would choose anything else. So I guess this game is just inferior to the other civilization. I don't understand why I should or should not play this. It's just going to happen. It's just going to be a game. This game is going to feel longer. It's going to feel more boring, more drawn out. Everything is going to do that. I will congratulate on this game for being unique. I will not congratulate it on being a good game. If you like this game, good for you. I can't find a reason to like this game. But hey, if you like it, this is your opinion. I'm telling you why I don't like it. So if you're like, I like this game, great for you. I couldn't find any enjoyment. This game suffers from the most strategy game problem I've ever seen. How long should every turn be, and how do I keep this game unique? And the answer is they couldn't work together in this game. I don't understand why they couldn't work together. I don't think I'll be playing Civilization 6 again unless you guys really want me to. I don't think I will. The ideas that this game pushes will never be enough for me. I'll be too picky or too specific at times that I just can't find a reason to do anything. So, I think that'll be the end of this episode. I hope you tune in next time, and remember, don't get lost, 'cause I'm lost. See you next time.